Hello everyone, I welcome you all in the next session on RBI circulars. As you all know that recently RBI has announced that RBI will be discontinuing with daily VRR auctions because of banking liquidity surplus. Now the question is, in the examination, what kind of questions can be framed from this announcement? So the first question which can be framed is conceptual question that is, what is VRR? I tell you, VRR stands for what, sir? It stands for variable rate repo. Then the other question can be from this topic only, that how VRR is different from repo rate. So this is the first area from where the examiner can ask the question directly, maybe on VRR or maybe on the difference between VRR and repo rate. Second question examiner can put up is why RBI has discontinued with the daily VRR. What are the reasons? Third question could be, what are the reasons because of which we say that we have banking liquidity surplus, because earlier India was witnessing banking liquidity crunch. So let's try to decode all these points. But before that, if you want to download the PDF of this session, it is available on my Telegram channel. Just scan the code, join the Telegram channel, or you can search it with my handle, that is @Madhav Sir. So let's get started. Before I start the discussion, let's quickly prelude the entire discussion, and then I will be moving ahead and we will be discussing it with the help of content as well. So first of all, I'll start my discussion with the term VRR. So VRR stands for variable rate repo. Variable rate repo. Now the question is, before I answer variable rate repo, I need to answer a question that what is repo rate? I'm pretty sure most of you are very well aware. What is repo rate? So repo rate is the rate of interest at which bank can borrow funds from RBI for short term in order to manage its liquidity. It's not only bank, RBI offer this short term loan facility to the other regulated entities as well at repo rate, so that the regulated entities, they can manage or they can fulfill their fund requirement. Repo rate is short term, and the rate of interest, or I would say the value of repo rate, is regularly decided by RBI. And since February 2025, the repo rate has been revised thrice. That means it was reduced in February, then it was reduced in April, then it was reduced in June. And due to this regular reduction, today the value of repo rate is 5.5%. But on the other side, what is variable rate repo? Variable rate repo is a benefit for the banks. Benefit for the bank, as in, variable rate repo is basically a tool which is used by RBI in order to manage the liquidity in the banking system. So what is it? Sir, it allows the bank that if banks, they need funds, they can reach to RBI and RBI will announce that today RBI is ready to provide a loan of, let's say, 25,000 crores for daily VRR. Daily VRR means for 24 hours. Now, in this case, unlike repo rate, in which the rate of interest is prefixed and pre-decided, but in case of variable rate repo, rate of interest is not pre-decided. Rather, banks, they are allowed to come up with the bidding, and the bid they are coming up with, that will be always and always less than repo rate. So in order to attract the banks that they can borrow the loan from RBI in order to manage the liquidity in the market, in order to increase the liquidity in the market, in order to make the banks available with the liquidity, RBI comes up with variable rate repo. So variable rate repo is basically the same as that of repo rate, where loan is given for short term, but unlike repo rate, where the rate of interest is pre-decided by the RBI, in this case rate of interest is not pre-decided. In this case, rate of interest is determined with the help of auction. For example, RBI announced 25,000 crore rupees which RBI is ready to provide loan on variable rate repo. Bank 1 is in need of, let's say, 2,000 crores. So bank 1 will come up with a bidding that I am ready to borrow 2,000 crore rupees and I am ready to pay rate of interest of 5%. There is bank 2. This bank 2 has raised the request that I am ready to borrow 5,000 crore rupees and I'm ready to offer you with 5.15% as rate of interest. There is bank 3 which comes up with a request that I am ready to borrow, let's say 15,000 crore rupees, and I am ready to give you a rate of interest of 5.25%. So this rate of interest is being set by the bank itself. It is being the bid has been presented by the bank itself. So 15 plus 5, 20, 20 plus 2 is 22, and now we have bank 3 which says that I am ready to borrow 3,000 crore rupees at 5.10%. So this is total 25,000 crores. Now there is one more bank, that is bank 5, and bank 5 has raised a request that I am ready to borrow entire 25,000 crore rupees, but I will be paying 4.85% of rate of interest only. In this particular scenario, what will bank do? On one side, bank will make a list of banks with highest rate of interest they have bidded. So the highest bid was given by bank 3, second highest bid was given by bank 2, then third highest bid was given by bank 4, and then bank 1. So here the value of loan is 15,000 crores, here the value of loan is 5,000 crores, here the value of loan is 3,000 crores, and here the value of loan is 2,000 crores. Now add them, this total is 25 crores, so this is cut off. So this comes out to be cut off. That cut off is 5.10% because entire 25,000 crore rupees loan has been lended by the RBI on different rate of interest depending upon the bidding, but it will close once the cutoff is completed. So in that particular case, this bank 5 will not be able to borrow the loan, because if I arrange the banks in terms of descending rate of interest they have bid, so in that particular case B5 is at the last and it is not capable to do. Now let's suppose on the other side there is no option for 2,000 crore rupees. If there is no option of 2,000 crore rupees, then in that particular case B5 will be included, but B5 will be offered only 2,000 crore rupees out of the demand of 25,000 crore, and this is the cutoff. So जो cutoff है वो decide होगी किस पे? Amount of loan which RBI is ready to offer, and in order to decide the rate of interest, banks will be arranged in descending order. Once the entire cutoff is achieved, that last rate of interest offered or bid will be the final rate of interest to close this particular transaction. इसी को हम कहते हैं वेरिएबल रेट रैपो. फायदा क्या हुआ? अगर आप बैंक है तो अगर आप आरबीआई से लोन लेने जाते डायरेक्टली फ्रॉम रैपो रेट, यू मस्ट हैव बोरोड एट 5.5%, but now you have borrowed at 5.15, 5.25, 5.10 or maybe 5%. So this is a benefit for the bank. This will undoubtedly push the bank to borrow with the help of repo rate, and it will reduce the liquidity issues with the bank. ठीक है जी. अब हुआ क्या? Since January 2025, when RBI has witnessed that there was a high liquidity crunch in the banking sector since December 2024, तो RBI 2025 में पिक्चर में आया और आरबीआई ने ओपन मार्केट ऑपरेशन के जरिए गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटीज परचेज की फ्रॉम द पब्लिक. अलॉन्ग विद दैट आरबीआई हैज साइंड यूएस डॉलर आईएनआर सेल एंड स्वैप अग्रीमेंट. सो आरबीआई ने बैंक से यूएस डॉलर खरीदे, बदले में आईएनआर दिए, या फिर स्वैप किया यूएस डॉलर्स को अगेंस्ट आईएनआर, ताकि मार्केट में क्या बढ़ जाए? आईएनआर बढ़ जाए. एंड इवन आरबीआई हैज इंट्रोड्यूस्ड VRR, which was available for daily basis. It was even available for 14 days. It was even available for 56 days. But out of all these available scenarios, RBI has only discontinued with daily. क्यों RBI ने discontinue किया? Because of these three methods used by RBI since January, RBI has infused around 9.25 lakh crore rupees of liquidity in the market, and due to the infusion of this 9.525 lakh crore rupees in the market, now the banking sector is doing pretty well, and the today's result is there is a banking liquidity of around 2.5 to 3 lakh crore rupees, which is actually around 1% of NDTL. You can confirm this value of 1% of NDTL in such a manner that in the month of June, when RBI came up with its monetary policy, RBI has announced that RBI is decreasing the CRR from 4% to 3%, not in one go, but it will be reduced in 4 tranches, 0.25%, 0.25%, 0.25%, and 0.25%. This is in September, this is in October, and these 2.25% will be in November, and this will result in decrease in CRR from 4 to 3%, and this will result in increase in liquidity in the market around 2.5 lakh crore. तो 2.5 लाख करोड़ की लिक्विडिटी इंक्रीज होगी जब NDTL 1% कम होगा, तो ऑब्वियसली अगर आज लिक्विडिटी ऑलरेडी 2.5 लाख करोड़ के आसपास है, दैट मींस वी हैव अ सरप्लस लिक्विडिटी इन द मार्केट ऑफ वैल्यू 1% ऑफ NDTL. ठीक है जी, बस इतनी सी कहानी है. ये आपका पूरे का पूरा हैंड रिटन हो गया जहां पे आपको इसका कॉन्सेप्ट समझ आएगा. सो लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड, लेट्स रीड इट एंड लेट्स क्लोज इट आउट. Reserve Bank of India discontinued its daily variable rate repo auctions due to liquidity surplus of 2.75 to 3 lakh crores in the banking system exceeding 1% of NDTL, which is effective from 11th of June 2025. Why this has been done? Sir, RBI is moving, or RBI has moved to withdraw daily VRR aligns with the objective to maintain neutral policy while allowing market-based instruments like call money and tri-party repos to function more effectively. तो RBI का कहना है कि भैया अब liquidity appropriate है और अब RBI is looking forward कि tri-repo rates या फिर call money market should operate more appropriately, and in order to achieve this target, RBI has recently increased the timelines for the call money market operations as well. I hope you all remember that. In latest daily VRR auction, RBI has announced that RBI is ready to provide a loan of 25,000 crores, लेकिन उसके बदले में बैंक्स ने जो डिमांड रेज की that was only 15 to 17%. तो इसका मतलब क्लियर हो गया कि बैंक्स आर नॉट इन अ पोजीशन, दे आर नॉट विलिंग to borrow the loan because of the excess liquidity. So while daily VRR has been halted, RBI will continue using the other tools, including the 14-day variable rate repo, auctions, open market operation and standing facility in order to manage. ये तो पता ही कि सर 14-day वाला कंटिन्यू रखेंगे लेकिन डेली वाला डिसकंटिन्यू कर दिया. So what is VRR? We have discussed historical context. So daily VRR were introduced in January 2025 as a temporary measure to address liquidity tightness caused by tax outflows or foreign exchange intervention, जिसकी वजह से liquidity issue था और उसे overcome करने के लिए RBI has come up with this. Last part is a difference between VRR and fixed repo rate. So interest rate, if I say determined by auction, here the interest rate is prefixed. Flexibility high. Why it is highly flexible? Because banks bid as per the market dynamics. Or on the other side, if I say flexibility is low because there is only one size fits for all. Market response, it is more responsive to liquidity condition. It is less responsive to short-term volatility. Frequencies, it is conducted more during a volatile period. Regularly, it's a regular window which is available. So ये क्या है sir? It is a regular window which is available. Volatility से कोई it's not much volatile. इसका रेट तभी चेंज होगा जब RBI रेट्स को चेंज करेगा, और RBI रोज रोज रेट्स चेंज नहीं करता. ओनली द रेट्स आर चेंज इफ देयर इज अ कंडीशन और इफ देयर इज अ रिक्वायरमेंट टू डू दैट. इज इट क्लियर एवरीवन? सो आई होप द टर्म VRR is clear. How it is different from repo rate, it is clear. Why RBI has stopped daily VRR, that is clear. And what are the reasons because of which we have witnessed liquidity surplus in the banking sector. So these three questions can be framed from this particular topic, and I'm pretty sure these three questions are absolutely clear to you. So thank you so much for joining. We'll catch you in the next session. You can download the PDF on the given link. Bye bye. Take care. God bless you.